Jason, this is Chad again. Gonna be a little lazy this time, I guess. So don't think it rude that I'm replying back to 3 of your videos with 1, because that is definitely not my intention. And I'm going to have to say that yes, I have definitely found this to be a very polite conversation. No screaming, yelling, name calling. It's been enjoyable. And you're definitely right. You can show up with Bigfoot at my door and say, look, and I can slam my door and scream no, 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 and stick my fingers in my ear and la 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 la. But I don't really have any attachment or any kind of, like, being an atheist is not an important part of my life. Now that may sound a little odd considering the fact that my name on YouTube here is Southern Raised Atheist, and the fact that that seems to be the context of all my videos. As you see, I have a small number of videos that I've actually made, so YouTube is not like a major overdriving force for me either. I chose this username, and I chose the context of my videos because I believe that it's time for atheists to speak out. If nothing, like, I'm not trying to say you're wrong, ha ha ha, I'm right kind of thing, or get rid of all religion or whatever. It's just when decisions are being made, I want them to have to acknowledge that as a group atheists exist. And I had no idea I was going to talk about this. I am the king of going off on tangents, and I'm going to go off on this tangent, and then I'll get back to what we were discussing earlier. Like I've may have mentioned before, and I've definitely mentioned in some other videos, I used to work with a young earth creationist, and we had a lot of conversations along these lines. And at first, I really, I did some reading up on different things and stuff of that nature, and if I fail to do so, remind me. I'm going to make a quick note. There's a court case, Kitzmiller versus Denver, or maybe it was Denver versus Kitzmiller, I don't remember. But I will post a link up on some information about that as well. And it was a teaching intelligent design in a classroom kind of situation. And I do. So when things are being decided to be taught in schools, when who can post what up for a display or things of that nature, I'm a very, very big proponent of separation of church and state, First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. Under no circumstances, I will fight just as hard for you to be able to make your YouTube videos about, your beliefs, or to speak about them in public, as I will about me being able to speak about atheism. So that's really my main point here. I am not trying to make you abandon your beliefs or anything of that nature. And I understand that part of being a Christian is telling other people about being a Christian, and hopefully they too will become a Christian. And I do not hold that against you or think that's a bad or rude or whatever kind of thing. I'm pretty much really in a neutral state about it. So I think I am open to proof if that proof can come. Hopefully I'm not, would be irrational or whatever and keep moving the goalposts. But I mean, if let's say that God did make the world, to me it seems that He made the world in such a way that it doesn't really point to Him. I know you see completely the opposite on this, but that's just the way I see it. I'm yet again, being an atheist is not a positive claim. I'm not claiming there is not a God. I am not, I mean, it's not been proven to me, not doing it. And I understand your position on that there. And I'm kind of at a loss where we can take this discussion from here on out. Maybe there can be some other topics in the future that we can, discuss about, or maybe we'll think of something new and can revisit it, some of this. And if you believe God has proven Himself to you, then and that is all you need, then I have nothing to say about that other than happy for you. the logic thing, prescriptive versus descriptive. I'm going to put a link up about how from the Wikipedia on logic. And logic has changed a lot over the years. There's even some that don't think that the law of saying A must equal A and can't be anything, A has to be A. Some people believe that doesn't exist. There's criticisms of logic. So, no, I'm definitely not a big proponent if there's some kind of objective, thing that must be in that. I'm still hanging on to the whole mankind did logic, we've improved it, it's gotten better, and it does allow for us to speak to other people. The world's been shrinking. Our ability to communicate and travel has, in a sense, made the world a lot smaller than what it used to be. And because of that, we do have to deal with people from other cultures. We do have to deal with people with other belief systems. So, in a way, I think that has helped change things so that we can hold these discussions and hold them in a sensible manner. And you're right. I could be. This might not be happening. I could be completely brain damaged. YouTube doesn't exist. In fact, the internet doesn't exist. I'm sitting in a corner drooling, in my lap. But if I want to keep, what if, I'll never do anything. So basically, all I can do is act upon the world based upon what my senses tell me, and have to set a reasonable way of distinguishing whether or not my senses are actually telling me the truth. And I just have to live life best I can that way. I'm not a free will kind of person either. Free will, if a deity does exist and created the universe and cared about what I thought and what I did and things of that nature, free will to me would either be asking me if I wanted to exist or not, or if he created me, then saying you can believe in me, and if not, then just, that's it, I'm done with you, and then, that's it. Instead, the whole believe, or I can use my free will and not believe, but then I go to hell, to me is sort of like someone putting a gun in my head and saying, give me your money or I'm going to kill you. Yes, I can refuse to do it, or I can freely hand it over, but I just don't consider that my free will. So, Jason, yet again, it was great holding this discussion with you. I don't feel that you have to reply to this one, because I really do think we're kind of at a standstill here. I will try to post up those links for you in case you just want to read that or not. I still plan on getting to those links that you posted in your first set of videos. And who knows, maybe those can spark another discussion between us. So, until next time, you have a good day now.